For any living organism, reproduction is one of the important physiological function. There are two types of reproduction. One is known as asexual reproduction and another is the sexual reproduction. For asexual reproduction, single organism is enough, whereas for the sexual type of reproduction, there are two animals, male and female animals are needed so as to complete the reproduction process. So the reproduction process, it begins with the formation of the germinal cells and ends in the development of the embryo and finally the formation of the adult organism. So from the embryo, the stages that has been shown in the development of an organism from the embryo to the adult stage is known as the life cycle. So the life cycle involves or shows the number of stages that organism crosses during the development. So in this the metagenesis is a word that refers to the organism which undergoes two phases in their life cycle. One phase is the sexual phase and another one is the asexual phase. The asexual phase means it reproduces either by budding or by producing the small spores like structures and others. So here the metagenesis definition is, the definition of metagenesis is the reproduction cycle of an organism that alternates between sexual and asexual generations. So a single cycle, but it involves two processes, both the asexual and as well as the sexual phases are there. The best example for metagenesis is the cnidarians, that is the coelenterate organisms. Out of the most of the coelenterate organisms, they exhibit this kind of the metagenesis, that is alternation of generations in the life cycle. One of the suitable example for this is the obelia. The obelia is the canaloid organism that lives in the sea, but it has so many parts in it. They are known as the zooids. Each zooid has got its own function. One zooid is for the nutrition and another for the reproduction, like that. So here in this colony we have seen that it is the blastostyle. The blastostyle is the part that has been developed during the by the process known as the budding things. So this is the budding, which this part develops as a blastostyle. So this is the asexual phase in this organism. Whereas these blastostyle, from this blastostyle, it gives out the medusoid forms, which are umbrella-like organisms. These medusoid forms, and these medusoid forms are sexually dimorphic in their habitat, in the nature. One is the male medusoid is there and another one is the female medusoid is there. So each organ, the male medusoid, they produce the sperm, whereas the female medusoid, they produce the ovum. The fertilization is external, then it develops, the zygote is formed, and zygote, from the zygote it produces a ciliated planula larva. This planula larva settles on the substratum and then it grows, and then by vegetative reproduction or known as the asexual reproduction, it produces number of branches and then the new colony has been formed. So the metagenesis is nothing but the alternation of generation whose life cycle constitutes two phases, asexual phases and the sexual phase.